class. We are going to do a fun little tutorial on finding shapes with photography. Now you're going to go shoot these images on your own, but we're going to go practice one first, and we're going to start by making something that's your name. So I'm going to start with Reed, which is my last name, and this is kind of what it looks like, but I'm going to take you back to where we're going to start. So we are going to use Pixlr. So for right now, I'm just going to go ahead and close a bunch of these. I just want to show you what it looks like in the end. You can see it's different things in the real world that look like my name for each letter, but I'm going to show you how I got started in all of this. So I'm going to close this out and start you away from the beginning. Okay, so I'm here in Photoshop, and I started with just alphabet photography. So you can see what that is. And it's all about finding things in the real world that look like letters. And then people do things like spell words in there and just do some really fun things, and they frame them. I'm sure you've seen these if you've been out at any sort of art fair. So you could do the entire alphabet, and that's kind of cool, or you can pick a specific word and do that, which is what we're going to do today. So I started by doing my name, and you can start with your name. Maybe you want to do Chicago, totally up to you. So I'm going to start with the letter R. So you're going to go into Google and find the ones that you like. Now there's tons of things out there. I would say avoid finding actual letters, but find things that are more interesting and more creative and more unique. So this is really cool how this sort of wall makes the R. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on one of these, and then remember you can just do this and save your images. And I labeled them like this so that I could find them. Now sometimes if you need a second letter, just put a number behind it in case you need double of that letter. But do it in a way that you can still know where they are to find them. So I'm going to hit save. Okay, so step number one is you're going to go through and you can go in and type in the letter that you need and first find your letters in Google. That would be the first thing, just to save everything, and then we'll go into Pixlr second. Okay, now that you've saved your images, you're going to go to Pixlr. So this is what Pixlr is. It's pixlr.com. And when you go in, it should look like this. Now, this, of course, works on your Chromebook, which is why we're doing this. Think of this as like an easy version of Photoshop. So those of you who know Photoshop, this will look very familiar if you've never used it. This is the easy version. So as I scroll down here, I can click that little blue arrow. I have two choices, either the editor or the Express. Now, we're going to choose the editor because we need to be able to put lots of different pictures together. Express is if you have a final image already, which we can do after we've put this together, and there's some really fun filters and stuff in here, but it doesn't work if you don't have an image to start with that's complete. So we're going to say Launch Web App, and it looks like this. Now we are going to start with creating a new image because we have lots of images to put together, so we don't want to say open, we want to be able to put them together on our own. So say create new image, and I would say change this to 5,000, which seems like a lot of pixels, but you might have a long word. So we're going to give ourselves some extra space. Click OK. And this is my canvas. Now, if I just kind of zoom in or zoom out, I'm just using my mouse to zoom in or zoom out. You can see it here too on the navigator. I can zoom in, zoom out. So I'm going to be able to see the entire canvas like this. Okay, now I'm going to do this 4 times because my last name only has 4 letters, and it should be super easy for you. So I go to Edit. I go to File, and I go to Open Image, and I'm going to type in letter R. There it is. I'm going to say Open, and here's one of the R's that I chose. So you can see these are 2 separate files. So I'm in the letter R file, and I'm going to say Edit, Select All, Edit, Copy. Okay, I just select all, so I'm going to go Edit, Copy. Now I need to click back on this canvas up here, the untitled, and I can say Edit, Paste, and there's the R. Now if it looks small or not the right size, might be too big, too small, you can go under Edit, Transform, and just grab one of these corners and stretch it out to the size you want it to be. I can move it over, and I just hit Enter on my keyboard, and we're done. Let's do the next letter. File, Open. I'm going to type in letter E. There it is again, so I go to Edit, Select All, Edit, Copy, click on this document, Edit, Paste. Now this one's the right size, so that makes it easy. So I can just move this over. In case you didn't see that, this is the Move tool right here. It's kind of a little pointy arrow, kind of like the arrow you see on screen. 3rd time, File, Open, letter E for the second E, and edit, select all, edit, copy, click on the document, edit, paste. Now this one's really big, so I'm going to go back to that edit, transform, and shrink this one down. Sure, that works. Okay, and then last letter. Last time, select all, copy, and paste. It's too small. I go back to transform and stretch it out to whatever size I need it to be. Now, if you're like me and you have extra space, then I can just take this tool. It's the second one down, kind of has little broken marks, and I can just draw the box around what I want to keep. Then I go to Image and Crop. And it's the perfect size. So I'm just going to stretch this out so you can see it without the other ones showing. And now I'm done. Now here's where you can do some other really cool things. If I want to add some color or something across this to make it look brighter, this is only in black and white, yours may have some in color. What you're going to do is you're going to add another layer so we can put some color on top. So you're going to go to Layer, say New Layer, and over here you can see that new layer, there's nothing in it. Over here I can see my other letters. Like if I uncheck this, you can see that's my D, there's the E, but in this layer there's nothing there. So we're going to go to this tool, which is my gradient tool. And on the top, I can choose any of these gradients that I like. So I'm going to choose this one. I can just click on this picture back here, and I'm going to click and drag from one side to the other. Now it looks like everything disappeared, but over here you can see the layers. So in your little layers window, on the bottom left, click on this icon, and it's going to give you an option for a mode. If you change the mode to something like darken, which is very cool, or difference, you're going to see it really changes how those colors mix with the black and white. So I'm sure you're going to find something that you like a lot. I like this one. You can make it lighter or darker with the opacity, and you're all done. Now after this, in the next video, I'm going to give you some other cool filters to put on this, but find a word that you like, put that together. Could be your name, could be a name for somebody else, and when you're done, you're going to go File, Save, and give it your name. So I'm going to call this Last Name Color, or whatever you want to call it. Find where you want to save that. I think it should save into your Google Drive for you, but you can choose where you want that to go. You can also put it in the Pixlr Cloud. You can log in and find out where that is the next time. But if you want to be on the safe side, put it in your Google Drive and just say OK. And you can see again, it's going to open this up and tells me where to save. I'm going to go ahead and save that. And I'm all done. So good luck. Go find some really cool things. There's lots of different shapes out there, lots of words you can spell. Again, you can see that you can put huge ones together. You can make the canvas whatever size you want, and then just crop it down later. Thanks.